Have you ever wished you could take back the words you've said? Have you ever felt the hidden power in silence, a power that can surpass any words? If the answer is yes, then Stoic philosophy might be the gateway to a whole new life for you. But before we delve into the precious lessons of this philosophy, let's travel back in time to an ancient story. A story that will show you that silence is not just the absence of sound, but also a hidden strength, a priceless value that we often overlook in today's hurried life. Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, there was a king named Arrian. King Arrian was famous for being wise and just, but he had one major problem. He could not stand silence. Every day, he demanded that his courtiers and servants constantly talk, tell jokes, or sing to keep him entertained. One day, King Arrian heard about a sage living in seclusion in a deep forest. It was said that the sage could solve any problem and bring peace to the soul. Curious and hopeful of finding a solution to his issue, King Arrian decided to set out to meet the sage. After many days of traversing dense forests and rugged mountains, King Arrian finally reached the sage's small hut. The sage, with his white hair and bright eyes, welcomed King Arrian with a gentle smile. King Arrian told the sage about his suffering, explaining that he could not bear silence and always felt uncomfortable when there was no noise around. The sage listened, smiled, and invited King Arrian to sit by the fire. He said nothing, simply sitting silently beside the king. As time passed, King Arrian began to feel uneasy, but the sage remained silent. Gradually, King Arrian started to feel the peace emanating from the warm fire and the gentle breeze rustling through the trees. After a long while, the sage finally spoke. "Your Majesty, do you feel anything from this silence?" King Arrian thought for a moment and realized that the silence had helped him perceive the subtle sounds of nature, like the rustling of leaves, the distant chirping of birds, and even his own heartbeat. He began to feel his heart lighten, his soul seemingly purified. The sage continued, "Silence is not our enemy. Sometimes it is a great teacher, helping us hear the most delicate sounds of life in our own soul. In silence, you can find peace and deep wisdom." King Arrian thanked the sage and returned to his palace with a completely new mindset. From then on, he dedicated time each day to sit in silence, listening and experiencing the world around him. He realized that silence brought him peace and wisdom, making him an even wiser and just ruler. The story of King Arrian and the value of silence spread throughout the kingdom, inspiring many. People began to appreciate silence, finding peace and wisdom in the quiet moments of life, and the kingdom prospered and became happier than ever before. In today's world, filled with noise and confusing information, do you feel exhausted by chaotic thoughts and tangled relationships? Do you long to find inner peace and the strength to face life's challenges? Silence, a seemingly simple concept, contains a hidden power that can change your life. Wise individuals have long recognized the priceless value of silence in cultivating wisdom and the soul. Today, let's explore together the 9 golden moments to apply the art of silence according to Stoic philosophy, helping you master your emotions, improve relationships, and build a more fulfilling life. Don't miss the opportunity to discover the power of silence. Subscribe now to receive valuable lessons and practical tips to achieve peace and success in life. First, stay silent when angry. Anger, like a raging fire, can consume everything in its path, including precious relationships and inner peace. When faced with rage, remember that words can become the sharpest weapon. As Seneca once said, "Anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." Stoicism teaches us that silence is not surrender, but the strategy of the wise. In silence, we find the strength to tame anger, not allowing it to control our actions. Epictetus advised, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." When we restrain our words, we protect ourselves from unnecessary hurt and preserve our dignity, as Marcus Aurelius wrote. Silence is a source of great strength. Silence is also a gift we give to others. It gives them space to express their emotions and gives us the opportunity to listen sincerely. When anger subsides, reason will speak, and we can find rational solutions that build, not destroy. As Seneca said, "Listen more than you speak, for by listening, you learn. By speaking, you only repeat what you already know." Remember, we cannot fully control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. When faced with anger, choose silence. It is the choice of the strong, of those who understand that inner peace and harmonious relationships are more valuable than any momentary outburst. Marcus Aurelius perfectly summed this up. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so we can continue this journey together in discovering inner strength. Number 2. Stay silent when encountering boastful people. In the flow of life, we inevitably meet people who love to boast about themselves and their achievements. They enthusiastically share their successes, talents, or possessions, as if these were shiny medals to attract admiration. However, in the worldview of Stoic philosophy, silence is the wisest response to such boasting. Boasting is not a sign of confidence, but of insecurity and lack of self-respect. Truly confident individuals do not seek external validation. They understand their own worth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Live a sincere and humble life. Let your actions speak for you." Silence is the choice of the wise when faced with boastful remarks. It reflects self-control, wisdom, and confidence in one's own value without needing to compare with others. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Silence helps us maintain inner peace and avoid pointless arguments. Silence also demonstrates humility and self-respect. Not boasting about achievements shows that we do not need others' recognition to feel valuable. Seneca affirmed, "Humility is the foundation of all virtues." Humility opens our hearts to learning and makes us more respectable. However, staying silent is not always easy, especially when we feel insulted or belittled. But remember, reacting with anger or hatred only makes us resemble those we criticize. Instead, remain calm and focus on what we can control, our thoughts and actions. Silence is a way to protect ourselves from negative energies and avoid getting drawn into unnecessary emotions. It also offers an opportunity to learn and grow from others' successes or mistakes. Let your silence become a powerful message, an affirmation of your true value without needing to speak it. Sometimes silence carries more weight than 1,000 words. Have you ever encountered people who like to brag? If so, please comment with the number 1 so I and others can know. Number 3. Silence in the face of injustice. Life does not always lay out a red carpet for us. Injustice, adversity, loss, and sorrow are unavoidable challenges on the journey of life. In these moments, we are often swept away by a whirlwind of emotions, from anger and resentment to despair. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us a different approach, facing injustice with silence, resilience, and calmness. According to Stoic philosophy, injustice is an inevitable part of the world. We cannot control everything that happens, but we can entirely control how we react. When faced with injustice, instead of letting emotions take over, choose silence. Silence does not mean resignation or acceptance. Rather, it's a pause to view the situation objectively, not obscured by emotional waves. In silence, we can hear the voice of reason, analyze the situation calmly, and find the best solution. Silence allows us to see the essence of injustice, understand its causes and consequences. From there, we can accept what has happened without letting it haunt and harm our souls. For example, when being slandered or treated unfairly, instead of reacting harshly, remain silent and observe. Your silence may surprise your opponent and cause them to reflect on their actions. At the same time, it gives you time to ponder and make the most appropriate decision. Life does not always lay out a red carpet for us. Injustice, adversity, loss, and sorrow are unavoidable challenges on the journey of life. In these moments, we are often swept away by a whirlwind of emotions, from anger and resentment to despair. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us a different approach, facing injustice with silence, resilience, and calmness. According to Stoic philosophy, injustice is an inevitable part of the world. We cannot control everything that happens, but we can entirely control how we react. When faced with injustice, instead of letting emotions take over, choose silence. Silence does not mean resignation or acceptance. Rather, it is a pause to view the situation objectively, not obscured by emotional waves. In silence, we can hear the voice of reason, analyze the situation calmly, and find the best solution. Silence allows us to see the essence of injustice, understand its causes and consequences. From there, we can accept what has happened without letting it haunt and harm our souls. For example, when being slandered or treated unfairly, instead of reacting harshly, remain silent and observe. Your silence may surprise your opponent and cause them to reflect on their actions. At the same time, it gives you time to ponder and make the most appropriate decision. Silence is not just passive. It is also a powerful action. When we are silent, we demonstrate self-control, patience, and respect for ourselves and others. Silence can also be an effective way of resistance, making the other party think and reconsider their behavior. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The important thing is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it." When faced with injustice, choose silence to demonstrate your inner strength and wisdom. Let your silence be your strongest response, a powerful message about your self-respect and value. Number 4. Stay silent when uncertain about information. Words spoken without careful consideration are like a flame that flares up and then dies down, leaving behind only the ashes of misunderstanding and regret. In contrast, silence is like a gentle river, slowly washing away the dust of prejudice and revealing the pure essence of truth. When we rush to judge, we are like the blind men touching the elephant, only perceiving a small part and mistaking it for the whole truth. We let the waves of fleeting emotions sweep away our reason, allowing initial impressions to obscure our objective vision. The result is misguided judgments, rash decisions, and broken relationships. However, when we choose silence, we allow ourselves to step back, observe, and reflect. We view the problem from multiple angles, like a mountain climber persistently conquering each peak to admire the majestic panorama. We examine evidence objectively, like a jeweler meticulously inspecting each gemstone to assess its true value, and we listen to the voice of our soul, like a diligent farmer patiently waiting for seeds to sprout for a bountiful harvest. Silence is not a sign of weakness or avoidance, but an expression of wisdom and inner strength. It is the discipline to restrain thoughtless words, the patience to wait for the right moment, and the wisdom to recognize the value of stillness. Only when we know how to be silent can we truly understand the nature of things, see clearly into our own hearts, and make sound decisions. Are you still following our journey? If so, please comment the number 4 to let us know. Number 5. Embrace silence in the face of pain. When the shadow of loss falls upon us, words become hollow, unable to soothe the ache that gnaws at our soul. Grief is like an open wound, laments are salt in the wound, and recounting the story is like a knife that cuts deeper, widening the abyss within. Instead of struggling in the sea of suffering, seek refuge in the harbor of silence. Pain is a natural part of life, like the harsh winter that must eventually give way to the vibrant spring. Socrates said, "Death may be the greatest of all blessings." Similarly, loss can be a doorway to new horizons. Do not try to fill the void with empty words. Let time heal the wound. Walk through the pain like Odysseus overcoming countless trials on his journey back to Ithaca. Each step, though heavy, brings us closer to the shore of peace. Silence is not weakness, but a manifestation of inner strength. It is acceptance of what is beyond our control, forgiveness for ourselves and others, and letting go of the past to embrace the future. Only when we know silence can we open our hearts to the good things that fate has in store for us. Number 6. Silence, the wise way to handle rumors. In modern society, where information spreads at lightning speed, rumors are like dark clouds that can suddenly loom over and threaten anyone's life. They can be harmless chatter, misleading gossip, or even malicious slander. Regardless of their nature, rumors have the potential to cause deep wounds, shake trust, and tarnish the reputation of the victim. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on controlling emotions and focusing on what lies within our control, provides us with a unique and effective approach to dealing with rumors. Silence. To the Stoics, rumors are like any other event in life, a part of nature. We cannot control what others say about us, but we can entirely control how we react to those words. As Epictetus said, "What troubles men is not the things themselves, but their judgments about these things." Rumors can be a significant test of our character and wisdom. They can make us feel angry, hurt, helpless, and want to fight back. However, such reactions often only make the situation worse. Instead, view rumors as an opportunity to cultivate patience, calmness, and wisdom. Silence is not a sign of weakness or cowardice, but a strategy of the wise. When faced with rumors, silence can be the best way to protect yourself and maintain inner peace. Silence allows us to avoid pointless arguments, hurtful words, and rash actions. It also gives us time to reflect on the situation, assess the credibility of the rumors, and find the best way to address them. For example, if you are rumored to have done something wrong, instead of trying to explain or refute, remain silent and focus on doing your job well. Your silence will be the strongest evidence of the baselessness of the rumors. Silence is not just a way to protect yourself, but also a way to demonstrate confidence in the strength of truth. When we are silent, we show that we are not affected by baseless gossip. We believe in ourselves, in our value, and in the truth that will eventually come to light. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win." When faced with criticism and slander from the British authorities, Gandhi chose silence and continued his nonviolent struggle. In the end, he won independence for India. Silence is also a way to show forgiveness and empathy towards those who spread rumors. We do not know what they have been through or what difficulties they are facing in their lives. Maybe they are jealous of us, or maybe they are trying to hide their own mistakes. Instead of resenting or seeking revenge, try to understand and forgive them. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Facing rumors can be a painful experience, but it can also be an opportunity for us to grow and develop. When we learn to deal with rumors calmly and wisely, we become stronger, more resilient, and better able to face other challenges in life. Stoic philosophy does not promise a life free from rumors, but it teaches us how to face rumors smartly and effectively. By choosing silence, we can protect ourselves, maintain inner peace, and demonstrate the power of truth. We can also show forgiveness and empathy towards those who spread rumors, turning difficulties into opportunities for growth and development. As Seneca said, "Silence is a great lesson." Learn to be silent, and you will discover a new world of peace and happiness. Number 7. Silence in the face of ignorance. When confronted with ignorance, the wise Stoic chooses silence as a sharp sword, protecting the mind from futile arguments and meaningless words. For arguing with the foolish is like adding fuel to the fire, only intensifying the flames of anger and consuming both reason and emotion. The words of the ignorant are like fleeting winds and passing clouds, holding no value beyond stirring negative emotions within us. Why bother with baseless claims, shallow opinions, and narrow-minded judgments? Instead of wasting precious time and energy on pointless debates, maintain composure like a tranquil lake in the face of strong winds. As Marcus Aurelius, the esteemed philosopher-emperor, said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Therefore, instead of trying to change the views of others, change your own perspective. See their ignorance as an opportunity to cultivate patience and compassion, like a blacksmith forging iron in the fiery furnace to make it stronger and sharper." Remember, silence is not a sign of weakness or cowardice, but of wisdom and inner strength. Silence allows us to shield our minds from distractions, negative thoughts, and turbulent emotions. It creates a peaceful space for us to view matters objectively, clearly, and make sound decisions. Furthermore, silence is a precious gift we give to ourselves. In silence, we can listen to the voice of our soul, connect with our deeper selves, and find true peace. We can focus on self-improvement, knowledge cultivation, and living a meaningful life, unburdened by empty words and negative opinions. Therefore, let silence be your trusted companion on life's journey. Use silence to protect your mind, nurture your soul, and build a happy, fulfilling life. Number 8. Silence when embarking on a plan. When nurturing a plan, let silence be your loyal guardian. Don't rush to boast your intentions to anyone. Don't let flowery words weaken your iron will and determination. Cultivate your plan in the shadows until success blossoms and bears fruit. Like Julius Caesar, when he secretly prepared for the conquest of Gaul, he did not reveal his plans to anyone, not even his closest confidants. He focused on training his army, consolidating his forces, and waiting for the right moment. When everything was ready, he launched a surprise attack, catching his enemies off guard. Words are but fleeting winds, easily forgotten in the flow of time. Action is what creates true value, like a seed diligently germinating, growing into a mighty tree. Focus on executing your plan, taking each step firmly on the chosen path. Success will speak for itself, a voice louder than any proclamation. Let your achievements be a testament to your effort and perseverance. Then, without a word, people will recognize and acknowledge your worth. That is the true victory, a victory that needs no boasting, but shines brightly from within. Before moving on to case number 9, the final case, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. And if you love this content as much as I do, comment, "I love wisdom." Let's learn and improve our lives together. Number 9. Silence in the presence of shared sorrows. When another soul is drowning in a sea of worries, let your silence become a tranquil harbor. Resist the urge to judge or offer hollow advice. Simply listen with your whole heart, with deep empathy and understanding. Words at this moment can become a burden like salt rubbed into an open wound. Instead, let your silence be a bridge, guiding them to the shores of sharing and release. Allow them to freely unload their emotional burdens, the worries they've carried for so long, like a swirling river finally finding its way to the vast ocean. Your silence is not indifference or apathy, but the most precious gift you can offer. It is respect, trust, and sincere love. By listening, you show them they are not alone, that you are by their side, ready to share and accompany them on life's journey. As Seneca said, "Listen more than you talk, for your ears will never embarrass you." When we are silent and listen, we not only help others relieve their burdens, but also learn valuable lessons from them. We can understand the hidden corners of their souls, their silent pains, and their burning desires. Remember, sometimes silence is the most eloquent expression of love. By listening with your whole heart, you give others a priceless gift, a deep empathy and understanding that helps them find strength and faith to overcome any challenges in life. 10. Silence in success. In a world filled with noise and flashing lights where success is often measured by loud applause and ostentatious displays, choosing silence exudes a subtle beauty and a profound inner strength. True success needs no proclamation. It shines on its own, like the stars in the night sky, quiet yet impossible to ignore. Let your achievements speak for themselves. They will be the grand symphonies that tell the story of your relentless efforts. Silence in success is not just a sign of humility, but also a testament to your confidence and resilience. You understand that your worth lies not in fleeting praise, but in the marks you leave on the world, the hearts you've touched, and the positive changes you have created. Continue to contribute silently, diligently pursuing your passions like a quiet river that never stops flowing. And then one day, your success will be like a soaring note, resounding powerfully and convincingly, making the whole world listen and admire. As we draw the curtain on our exploration of Stoic silence, let us carry the echoes of this ancient wisdom into our modern lives. Remember, mastering silence is not a destination, but a lifelong journey, a continuous practice of self-awareness and self-discipline. It is not about stifling our voice, but about wielding it with intention and purpose, understanding that sometimes the most powerful words are the ones left unspoken. By embracing silence in the face of anger, gossip, boasting, ignorance, adversity, temptation, flattery, and during times of planning and personal reflection, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities. We cultivate a tranquility of mind that allows us to see beyond the superficial, to connect more deeply with ourselves and others, and to make decisions rooted in wisdom and reason. May the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers illuminate your path as you navigate the complexities of life. Remember, silence is not merely an absence of sound, but a profound presence of wisdom. It is a tool for self-mastery, a catalyst for growth, and a pathway to inner peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Stoic philosophy. May you continue to seek wisdom, embrace virtue, and live a life of meaning and purpose. Until we meet again, may you stay strong, stay resilient, and most importantly, may you find the strength to remain silent when it matters most.